Good Morning Miramar, welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed that message from the Mayor of Miramar, Wayne Messam. We wanted to welcome all of you back to our show this morning. For those of you who are just joining us, we just wrapped up a segment with members of our Miramar Community Garden and our garden manager talking about just a great event happening tomorrow, as well as our Miramar Community Garden Market happening this weekend. So if you missed that portion of the segment, be sure to rewind the live feed later on today so you can check that out. But this morning, I have with me the owners of Capoeira Superação, correct? Okay, I was having a hard time pronouncing it, but Capoeira Superação, which is a fitness studio with a very special martial arts component named Capoeira, and the owners are here today. We have Stacy Kennedy as well as Mr. Scott Miller here this morning. I'd love for you guys to just introduce yourselves to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with Capoeira.
Well, I'm Stacy. My Capoeira nickname is Dinorá. I'm originally from Jamaica, but I've been living in Miramar for a long time, so I'm a Miramar native. I like to consider myself. I've been doing Capoeira for 8 years, and I started at my university at FIU. So I've started 8 years ago and haven't stopped since.
Wonderful.
That's my story.
So my Capoeira name is Alemão, and I'm a professor of Capoeira. And it was 22 years ago now, I fell in love with Brazilian culture and with Capoeira in particular. I'd seen it in a show. And when I had the opportunity, I met my teacher, and I began to train in Miami. And I thought it would be cool to, take a few classes and kind of check it off the bucket list. And 22 years later, I'm still doing it. And it's just really become a big part of my life as it relates to the fitness and the culture and the experiences that you have, the travel. And now I just really love teaching it and seeing that new generation of people embracing this Brazilian martial art.
Yes, so, as you both mentioned, this is a specific Brazilian martial arts, and as we talked about during the break, it's kind of a newer form of martial arts. Tell us exactly what is Capoeira and what makes it so special.
Capoeira is first and foremost an Afro-Brazilian martial arts, and it was created about 400 years ago in Brazil during the time of slavery. What had happened is a lot of people, especially in Brazil, the conditions were so harsh for slaves that I think the average life expectancy was 3 to 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So obviously they wanted to escape and gain their freedom. Because of the terrain of how Brazil is, a lot of the plantations were concentrated around the coast. So they would, the slaves, when they escaped, if they go just a little bit inland, it was very hilly, very mountainous, and very dense vegetation. So in this area, the slaves started forming free communities called quilombos. And this is where we believe Capoeira developed as a kind of a guerrilla warfare technique to fight and gain their independence and to also liberate their fellow people in slavery. So because of how the nature of Capoeira, the slave masters didn't like that, and Capoeira was criminalized and outlawed. So where the musical and dance element comes in is it was disguised as a kind of dance so that people wouldn't think that, they were fighting or learning to defend themselves. And because of that, then that has been incorporated into modern Capoeira, where we want to kind of be deceptive and a little tricky, but in a good way.
Now, in your studio,
yes,
Capoeira is used as a form of fitness, but also teaching people the art behind it.
Exactly.
Thought if you could just tell us, what are the different techniques that people will learn as members of Capoeira Superação?
Okay, one of the things I want to say is some people are probably going to Google Capoeira and they're going to see people doing flips and twists and all sorts of crazy stuff. The great thing about Capoeira is it encompasses that in everything.
Okay.
But one of the things I want to emphasize is that anybody can do Capoeira. It doesn't matter how awkward you are, whether you're out of shape, whether you're young or whether you're old. It's a great way to get in shape. And what we do at our studio, we start with the basics, and we work with each person individually. So there's a basic movement we call the ginga, which is a kind of a dance-like movement, but it just teaches you balance and control. And we begin with that, and then you learn, the first thing you learn, before you learn how to kick somebody, you have to learn how to not get kicked, right?
Yes, yes.
That's very important. So in Capoeira, we prefer not to block kicks. A little physics, if you block a kick, you also still get hurt. So we use what we call esquiva, which is an escape. So we move around and we act kind of crazy and just make it really hard to catch us. Like kids do when you're chasing them, right? They run and they crawl under the sofa. So we do kind of the martial art equivalent of that. Okay. And so it's just really a lot of fun. It's a way to get in shape. And then eventually you learn the kicks. If you want to do some acrobats, you can do that. We have what we call floreo, which is like pretty moves, and breakdance has adopted some of it. So you might say, oh, that's from breakdance, but a lot of breakdance was influenced by early capoeira coming to the United States.
Really?
So you'll see some of those moves, but it is a self-defense still, and the way that we teach it at our studio is that if you train long enough, you will be able to defend yourself if necessary. But of course, the primary thing is to have fun, get in shape. It's lifelong fitness, and so regardless of your age, ability, children, everybody can benefit from the art.
Absolutely. And I was just noticing on your shirts you had a quote with Professor Alemão. Can you tell us a little bit about this professor and about that?
Okay, well, I'm Professor Alemão.
Okay.
And the name of the group is called Superação. And I formed this group with my students, including Dinorá, about 6 years ago. Yes. And the idea is that capoeira did start, as Dinorá said, as a guerrilla warfare. I mean, it was just about survival. Yes. But nowadays, thank goodness, we live in a pretty secure society where you may go through your whole life and never have to defend yourself. That's what we hope.
Yes, we hope.
And so what capoeira has become is a way to become a better person. And so superação literally in Portuguese means to overcome. Okay. The way that I define it, was on the shirt, is it's the act of outdoing yourself. Okay, and many times people will come and they'll say, well, I could never do those things, right? And what we find out is that, I'm not a believer in, you can do anything you want to do, but you can do amazing things. You can do much more than you ever thought you could. Yes. So overcoming adversity, overcoming obstacles, overcoming sometimes physical or emotional scars that you may have, capoeira can become a way to overcome those rather than just a way to fight. Yes.
Now, you have brought an instrument with you because, as you mentioned earlier, capoeira does have musical components as well. What is the name of this instrument?
This is called a berimbau, and it's, this little one's called caxixi, it says its name. And this is an instrument unique to capoeira. It has African origins because I've searched, and you see something similar in Africa, although they play it different. And this is a percussion instrument actually. Okay. It looks like a stringed instrument, and it sets the rhythm for when we play. We say that we play capoeira rather than fight, like you would play a sport. Yes. And so if the instrument plays a certain way, we respond to that. So can I go ahead and play?
Demonstrate.
Okay. So that would be a slower form of playing. If we're doing acrobats and flying and flipping, we might do something like this. Okay, so it makes it fun. The kids love it. By the way, our kids program, they're called Superação Kids, but that's a mouthful for them. Yes. So we let them call themselves Super Kids, which they like.
Super Kids, which they love.
Which they really like.
I can imagine. Now, you guys are located right here in Miramar, and I want to say you're the only capoeira studio in Miramar. So if you want the best, it's definitely in South Florida, and I'm just going to say that because it's in Miramar, and they're amazing. I definitely want everyone to check your studio out. Where can they get more information about signing up or maybe coming to see one of your classes to see if it's something they're interested in?
Well, I just want to say our website is supercapoeira.com. Okay. So if you need to know the spelling of capoeira, you can Google it, or Capoeira.
Yes.
And also if you search Miramar Capoeira, it will probably come up.
Yes.
We're a half a mile from here. And so, and I'll let Dinorá tell you some ways that you can get involved, come take a trial class or...
Yes, so if you're interested in trying, you can sign up online at supercapoeira.com. As he said, Capoeira. How I remember is I say only eat ice, RA. I don't know if that will help anyone.
Okay, yes.
We also have our Facebook page, Capoeira Superação, Arts and Fitness Studio. We have our Instagram handle, Capoeira Superação, and we also have a YouTube page, Alemão and Instrutora Dinorá, so they can always check that out. And I want to say, I know from my experience, my own experience, and from hearing a lot of people, they see capoeira and think it's really cool, but they're like, I will never be able to do that. And just want to say, you want to be able to challenge yourself, but don't worry about competing with anyone else. You're your only competition, because I also do fitness also. And if you just come and try out a class, if you're not sure what you're capable of, you never know until you try. So don't be afraid to just come out and see what it's all about. It's really cool. I'm really nice.
We invite people to just come stop by. We have those beautiful storefront windows, and we'll invite you inside. You can sit down and watch a class or try if you want.
Yes.
And bring your kids in too. The kids love it. We like the whole family to do it. And starting in January, we're going to have family night once a month where the parents can train with their children. And that'll be great. And I do want to say that she is a great fitness instructor, so we're going to be having abs classes, we're going to be having cardio classes, and other things for people that are not necessarily interested in the martial arts, but they want to get in the best shape of their life. This is the person.
Well, there you have it, folks. All around fitness at Capoeira Superação, located right here in Miramar. Where exactly is your storefront located?
Okay, we're in the Crosstown Shopping Plaza we're at 3416 Red Road.
Okay.
Just a half mile from here, right by Miramar Parkway and Red Road.
So they're very close to Miramar Town Center,
yes.
Very centrally located in Miramar. So if any part of Miramar you live in, this is a perfect place for you to come and get fit. I know that with the holidays kind of winding down, people are looking for some options for the new year. So we're excited that we have you on first to present that first opportunity, and we look forward to just meeting with you guys again and hopefully giving our audience a sneak peek into kind of what you do as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you both for being on the show.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you having you both here. Thank you to all of you for tuning in to Good Morning Miramar. Remember, you can for more information with the City of Miramar, you can visit us on our website, miramarfl.gov. You can also stay in touch with us on social media at City of Miramar on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember, Good Morning Miramar is live every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10:30. Remember, it's right here in Miramar. Have a good day.